Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Amy, your independent Scentsy consultant with Happily Scented Homes, and I'm back today with another product review for Scentsy. So finally, I got my hands on the new cotton cleanups, and I definitely wanted to review them in comparison to the older version that we had. If you are new or haven't heard, Scentsy basically changed the size of their cotton cleanup pads, which was just a convenient way to clean out your warmers. So this is what the older one looked like. It was huge, massive, had a very convenient cardboard handle so you can easily wipe the wax out. Typically, I usually could get anywhere from 6 to like 7-ish, 8 cubes, depending on like the cotton cleanup pad, because it did vary. This is what the current ones look like. Like, what the heck is this? Like, so you still get 25 instead of $10. It's $6 now. Honestly, there's more cotton in my tampon than this. Like, what is this? Let's pull one out here. I'm like so devastated because this is just a big FU to everybody, basically. Because, I mean, look at this. It's like, my tampon has more cotton to this. Is this like a marshmallow? Like, this was the old, this is the new. It's basically like, it's probably like two. Like, one of this was probably two of these now. So I'm definitely disappointed in the size. I'm disappointed in how cheaply they're made. I mean, look at this. Look at this. The cardboard handle is not even completely on the cotton round. I mean, I know it's like a snowflake. It's not all gonna be the same, but it's weird. I don't know. So what we're gonna do is we're actually going to test these live. I know a couple of consultants have already done this. I had an idea to do this because I knew my mom still had some of the big rounds. So we are going to test it out. I'm actually going to test, we're going to do the big one first and see exactly how many cubes I can soak up with one. And then we're going to compare that to how many cubes of wax soak up with the newer, smaller version. And then I will go ahead and show you guys with another small one, how it does with cleaning those weirdly, oddly shaped warmer dishes and the mini warmers. Like, what's the difference? Because Scentsy says they made this version because so many people were complaining that they could not clean out their warmer dishes correctly with mini warmers and the ones that had oddly shaped dishes. So I do want to test that theory out, because if that was their purpose of changing this up, I want to see if that actually serves its purpose. But honestly, I think Scentsy should do a mixed variety. I think they should either have both options available, or they should offer like a mixed bag, because so far I'm like completely disappointed. But I'll go ahead, pause the video, and then we'll go ahead and see how much I can soak up with the original versus the new one. Okay, so here we are. So most of my full-size warmers have 2 cubes in them right now. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll do this all real time, so that way you guys can see it. And like I said, like these original cotton rounds, they fit right into the big warmer dishes like perfect. At least the round warmer dishes. But there we go. So that's all soaked up. See? All soaked up. We got 2 cubes so far. And just to show you, this one is gross. Okay. I got this one up here. This one has 2 cubes in it as well. So we will let that soak up. And again, like I said, depending on the cotton cleanup round, I could usually get 6 to 8, depending on the cotton cleanup round. And I know some consultants that have done this video already, they're just putting the cotton pad in and then letting it soak and not manipulating it. But I feel like there's so much wax right there that for me, I manipulate it. I roll it on its side. I rip the cotton cleanup pad off, like all of that. So you can see this one is all done too. So that's 2 more cubes. So we've got 4 cubes so far, and we still got a bunch of wax. So let's go ahead and do another one. And then this is another one in my kitchen. This one also has 2 cubes. This one we're probably going to have to manipulate it a little bit just because we are getting to the last of the cotton. But what I usually do is I tip it on its side and then I just leave it there for a little bit and then I just roll it. And that usually will get up all of this. Usually. Like I said, it all depends sometimes. Yep. See? 6 cubes. And there's a little bit left, but there's a way to get around that. Usually you just have to let it sit there for a second. There we go. It's all done. Okay, so I got 6 cubes with the original. So let's go see how many I can soak up with the smaller one. All right, so here's a mini dish that I have on a tabletop base. So basically this is what they made this size for. This is what they had in mind. So this does have 2 cubes in it. So already do you see how if I had pushed down any further, there would have been a waxident. And I don't know if that's because I have 2 cubes in here or if it's because of the size of this cotton ball, like the depth of it, if that's what caused it. And like right now, I can tell you that I'm probably not going to be able to get any other wax in here. And don't mind the cats. They are just jumping everywhere right now. Like I'm having to manipulate this so much more versus like my other mini warmers. Okay, right there. Okay, look. Let me get into the light. Look, it is completely full. I cannot soak up any more cubes. This is completely full. 2 cubes. That's ridiculous. So obviously 6 cubes in the bigger one versus 2 in the smaller one is not much of a difference. Like to want for me to repurchase these. But there was another function that they made them for. Don't mind all my crazy wires back there. So as you can see in my Birds of the Feather warmer, I mean, it has a weirdly shaped dish. Okay. So normally if I was to clean this out with like the normal, I would just lay it on its side and then do the roll method to soak up the wax for a dish that's similar to this. Another warmer that I have that has a similar dish to this is the Harry Potter train warmer. That's an element warmer, and its dish is like similar to that. So I do the stand on its side and roll method when it comes to those warmers. But like this one, now that it's smaller, it can actually fit in there. So we're gonna see how I just did that? I pushed it up again and it did raise. So I feel like this is gonna cause some waxidents in some mini warmers if people are not careful. So, see, I can barely like, all right. So we can see on that side, it's definitely soaked it up. I don't feel like it's getting the last bit. Yeah, it's not getting the last bit. So even if I was to do this, it's not very convenient. I'm getting wax on my fingers. It got up all the wax, but again, 2 cubes, and that's it. You could probably get like maybe a half a cube more out of this one, but I don't know if it's just because those parts of the cotton don't have any wax on them. But that's pretty much saturated. I mean, if I was to, yeah, see? It's dripping wax. So, yeah. But I've got more wax on my fingers and cotton using these things than I did the bigger ones. Okay. So in comparison, these new cotton cleanups are a waste of your money. They really are. So we clearly saw that one of these can only hold 2 cubes of wax in comparison to the larger version, which soaked up 6 cubes of wax with no issue. Now, like I said, sometimes, nope, that's leaking. Sometimes you can rip off the top of the cardboard handle and like flip it upside down to get another bar. But that is only if like maybe you use the cotton cleanup to soak up 2 cubes and like the next day you took that same one and then did it that way. That's what I'm saying. But like you would have to use 3 of these to get the same use out of one of these. So it's not worth it. And like I said, it did maneuver a little bit easier in like the oddly shaped dishes, like the one that was in the birds of the feather. But for me, I still had to struggle and manipulate that. Where before, if I was just using like this one, like I just sat it in here like this and then just rolled it over and over until it soaked up all the wax. So like, I don't feel like it was that big of a deal using the rounder ones, the bigger ones, to get the mini warmers and the oddly shaped warmers fixed, because I mean, you could even cut this, you could take the cardboard handle off to like, you know, manipulate the cotton into a shape that would be easier to clean out the dish. But I noticed when I cleaned out that mini warmer, and even with the birds of the feather, if I pushed down too hard with this small one, it was making the wax spill up. So I feel like that potentially could cause some laxidants. And then, like I said, trying to maneuver it because it is so small and I'm having to like pinch my fingers in a weird shape versus just like this, that I got more wax and cotton stuck on my fingers than using the big one. So in my opinion, the bigger size was much better. I got definitely more use out of it. Definitely got my $10 worth. Usually I got the cotton cleanups as like a half off or free credit. So I was never really paying the full $10 on it. But these for $6, it's not worth it. I would say if you are a person that likes using the cotton ball method to clean out your warmers, you are better off getting them at Walmart, getting them at Target, getting them at your local store. Get the jumbo cotton balls and save yourself several dollars and time, really. I mean, I don't think the newer version is worth $6, and it's worth, I mean, you're literally going to be doing, if you did 2 cubes per warmer, this is basically 1 warmer cleanup. So in all actuality, you could only clean 25 warmers for $6. No. If you prefer the cotton balls, I would totally recommend just to go to your local store and buy jumbo cotton balls, or there are other methods that you can utilize to clean your warmer dishes. You can do the hot dump method, which is basically you take the hot wax while it's still liquefied, pour it into your trash can, get a paper towel, wipe it clean. There's another one where you can let it cool for a little bit and then pop it out with a butter knife. Be careful because sometimes that can void out your warranty on your Scentsy warmers, so just be mindful of that. Another one is you can take your clamshell on your Scentsy bar when the wax is cooled, and you can actually kind of just outline and scoop it out that way. Also, the Scentsy swipes, that's going to be a great way to clean your warmers too, because it already has the counter clean solution. Now, mind you, this will be if your warmers are still hot. So if you do the hot dump method, dump out the hot wax and then take a swipe, clean it out, it should clean it right clean. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ways to change out your wax. It doesn't have to be with the cotton cleanups. It was just a convenient thing, and it was a cheap enough product where us consultants and customers could utilize a half off reward or free credit to grab 1 or 2. I know a lot of people that had Scentsy clubs had it as their half off item in their Scentsy club. So, but that's my product review on it. I will not be repurchasing these. I'm just going to gift away these to people that order from me, local customers, and get rid of the 2 bags that I bought, because honestly, I would go through this bag in a week with the amount of times I change my wax. So not for me. Definitely not going to be recommending it to anybody as a consultant. I don't see the value in this newly formulated size. Do not see the value. But if you can get your hands on the bigger ones, totally buy them. Totally buy them if you can get your hands on the bigger ones on the black market, or if Scentsy ends up throwing it like in clearance for a flash sale or something. But this is my product review. I hope you guys appreciate it. I hope you guys appreciate my honest opinion. I'm not going to sell you on every single product that Scentsy has, because honestly, no one's going to like every single product. No one is. And if they are, then either they're psychotic or they just love everything and they're just a happy-go-lucky person. And if they are, I feel for them, and I would love to have them in my life, because I'm so negative and Nancy sometimes, and I'm just like, Amy, just chill out. Just chill out. But this is my product review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if anybody has tried the new, let me know what your experience is. Did you see the same things come about that I did? How many cubes did you get? More than 2? Because I only got 2 with the 2 that I did. Like, I could only soak up 2. So I just want to see if anybody else was able to get more than 2 cubes out of the one new smaller size cleanup pad. But thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.